Hello everyone and welcome to the Knit One T2 podcast. My name is Dale and I'm coming to you from my home in Rhode Island. This is my channel where I share about my knitting, crafting, mostly just knitting lately. So I think I said I'm coming to you from my home in Rhode Island, and I was trying to find a good time to record this video to do a Rhinebeck recap of what I bought and my experience at the New York Sheep and Wool. And it's a no nap day and I really want to get this recorded. So we'll see how this goes. I had kind of transitioned. I've been doing Vlogtober, but I've also transitioned to more of a vlog style podcast. So here we go. I wanted to start with, I have some notes. So let me look at those. Don't look at the background because messiness, which is fine. This is my life. And here we are. So we are in Rhode Island. It took us about 3.5 hours to get to Rhinebeck, New York, to get to the fairgrounds. We stopped twice on the way there, and we actually didn't stop at all on the way home, but we stopped twice on the way there. One's in Connecticut at a Dunkin' Donuts because I really had to use the bathroom and I needed more coffee. And then we stopped at a rest area in New York about 45 minutes away from the fairgrounds because I was afraid that we were going to get stuck in a long line and I would have to use the bathroom. So after all, the coffee. So we stopped there. I fed the baby and then we continued the ride to the fairgrounds. It was a really beautiful ride. So beautiful. So on my Vlogtober day 19, the day of the fair, I did post a video about, with pictures, video, what I took. I tried to be present while we were there because that was the whole reason to be there. I tried to be present while I was there and not take too much video. There's also a lot of people there. I will get to that. So I wanted to start with what I was wearing. So what I am currently wearing though was what I was wearing. So I was wearing my Easy Eyelet Yoke Light by Chantal, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, of Knititude. And I love it. So I finished it that morning. If you've been following along my Vlogtober, you know that. But I finished it that morning. I will put a picture on one of these sides of me at the festival wearing my shirt. And I took some finished object pictures. Like I said, some of this you will have seen before, but I just thought I'd throw some video in here of people who don't watch the vlog. And then I wore which I'm not wearing today, but I wore my Sway Kerchief by Adrienne Sullivan. This was a test knit I did for her. The pattern is available and I love it. So I wear it, on my head like a bandana, and that's what I was wearing. So I shared about that to some people who I met there at the fair. So that was pretty cool. And for socks, I did take a picture at the fair of my socks, but I was wearing my Share a Pair socks by Mandy's Makings that I had made. My sister had gifted me those last year at Christmas time, and we cast on together and made those together. I think we finished them the same day too, actually. And so I was bringing her in spirit with me, and so I wore those socks, and she wore the same pair of socks on the day of Rhinebeck. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then on my feet, I have little hands trying to grab my tripod. On my feet, I wore sneakers. I definitely suggest wearing sneakers or comfortable shoes because there's a lot of walking. So that's what I wore. Okay, so let's see. Let's just go into what I bought. So I'm going to go through what I bought, and then I will go through just general experience and my thoughts on the festival. Bumblebee Acres. That was on my list. I really wanted to see their booth, and we did. So this is the skein that me and Liliana, my older daughter, picked out. It is the Quibbler. It is from the Harry Potter inspired collection. Squishy sock base, 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, fingering weight, 4 ply, 463 yards. is 3.5 ounces. I think that's 100 grams. So, oh, they're from Northern Illinois. That's funny because I thought they were actually from New York. I don't pay that much attention, honestly, to necessarily where people are from. So yeah. So I really just liked all the different colors that were in this skein. Like, oh, I can't wait to knit it up and see how it works. And so because I want to try and get a shorty pair for me and a shorter pair for Liliana, she's 8, I did get a mini, which is the Squishy Sock Mega Mini. This does not have a colorway name, but I thought it would go pretty good. I was thinking like this color, but it's a little brighter than that, but I think it will be okay. Yeah, I mean, like, it's actually kind of that color right in there, I think. So, oh, wait a minute. So with that, I bought one of their stickers to put on my water bottle and their Rhinebeck sticker. I'm not necessarily going to go in order because I want to share this next, just because it's here. So a new to me, let's be real, Bumblebee Acres and then Shursty Cat were the only ones that I'd ever heard of before. Every other vendor that I saw was really new to me. So that was cool. So from Dragonfly Fibers and Cannon Hand Dyes, I bought this red mini because I have a skein of Christmas yarn that came with a mini, but I wanted a bigger contrast, and so I knew I was looking for a red. So I did find my red mini. It's John Merino, 100% superwash merino. Yeah, there's no nylon, but that's okay. It's 87 yards and 20 grams, and I just think that is a beautiful red color. So I thought that was really nice. This other vendor is, I think, one of my new favorites. One of my new favorite yarn companies. Okay, so first off, when you purchased from them, you got a free tote bag. So it says Road Trip to Rhinebeck 2024. Road Trip Sock Yarn, so that's their name. And I got a sticker. I think it's up there still, but it's this picture. So they gave a free sticker with a purchase as well, so that was pretty cool. And from them, I bought a pair of a shorty set. Sorry for the crinkles. I don't really want to take it out of the plastic. Liliana picked this out for her. I actually don't know if they're going to be really shorty socks for her because she does have smaller feet. So I just thought, oh, the speckles. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. Oh, so pretty. So I really liked that. This is the other logo. So it's Herd of Cats for this Road Trip Sock Yarn. This yarn was hand dyed with love in Denver, Colorado by Allie Pate. And I'm pretty sure, oh, they have a YouTube? I should look that up. I did find her on Instagram, and the display. Okay, so it's Road Trip Sock Yarn, right? All of the yarns were in like open suitcases and like displayed in the suitcases, and I just thought that was the cutest thing ever. They did have some yarn hanging that actually is in my other vlog video. It's just so pretty. I knew as soon as I saw it that I had to have some. I had to. So I bought Liliana's, and then I bought this one for me. I think the speckled area is like the same as hers, but just with a purple. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. I can't wait to knit it up because I feel like there's so much goodness hiding in here. Like, it's gonna be so good. Anyways, okay. Sorry, Mariela. Hold on, please. so let's see. So this yarn is fingering weight sock yarn, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 400 meters, 100 grams. Oh, that's just the suggested needle sizes. Can I see this, please? Thank you. Okay, so that's that. And then the other thing I bought from there is a skein of yarn for my sister because she was not able to go. So once again, the speckles are just great. Oh, it's just so pretty. So I'm excited to see how these knit up, and I'm excited to like it's just really good. So I will be gifting that to her. Okay, so then what else is in here? Oh yeah, Liliana wanted a journal, so I actually bought her this journal. It is handcrafted notebooks. It is Sweet Horse Design Co. on Shopify, retail store of Great Adirondack. So she picked that out. And it did get wet on the way home, so the back got a little messed up, but actually it doesn't really look terrible. So it's just really pretty. So I took that back from her so I could show it on the video here. And then Shirsty Cat Design. So I knew I wanted to see them. And so I looked it up. We got, I should have maybe grabbed that. The booklet. After I go through this, I will go pull that out or try and find it. And so that I can kind of show you that too. If I can find it. So from Shirsty Cat, I got this. So pretty. It's a really deep, like it's coming up brighter on camera, but like it's a really deep saturated yarn. So it is Shirsty Cat Designs BFL sock. It is 75% superwash BFL, 25% nylon, 464 yards, and 100 grams. And the colorway is prismatic. So, oh, it's so pretty. So likely I'll be making socks with that too. I love socks. I love hand knit socks. I wear them like every day. So that's some Shirsty Cat Designs. And then the last thing I bought is another gift for a friend. And it is fiber. So I can say it because I'm going to ship it to her and make sure that she receives it before I upload this podcast. So this is for my friend Amber over at Ambi Marie Knits. She has a YouTube channel and a podcast, so go check her out if you don't follow her already. And yeah, I bought some fiber to send her. It is from Feederbrook Farm. It is 260 yards, hand dyed, made in the USA. And it is 100% BFL wool. So I just like the colors. I really liked this section here. And it was like this section right in here. And like, look at the pink. So I'm excited to get this off to her in the mail. They're gifts. Oh, that's a good picture. Oh, no, don't lose it. I need to actually get a good picture of this. I took pictures that night. The lighting was terrible. It was dark. So I need to get good pictures before I send these off. That was all I bought at Rhinebeck. Okay, so let's start with tickets. So I did purchase tickets the morning of online, which you don't get the discount if you buy it the day of. However, I then panicked in the morning that I wasn't going to be able to get tickets when we got there and didn't want to drive there and not have a ticket to enter the fair. We definitely could have, but not knowing what to expect, I was very nervous. My anxiety does weird things to me sometimes. So I did buy it beforehand, And yeah, for me and my husband. The girls didn't need tickets. I can't remember the exact age. I think it's 10, 12. I can't remember. I was also really worried about parking because I knew that a lot of people go to the festival. It was going to be a gorgeous day, and it was a gorgeous day, so I didn't know if we were going to be able to find a parking spot. Once again, we were driving 3.5 hours. I did not want to drive 3.5 hours to potentially not have a place to park or have to drive around, for an hour. The parking was fine. The entrance that we went to was like the 4-H entrance, which is kind of funny because we do 4-H, but it was not the main entrance, so I can't speak to that one. But there was plenty of parking. There were attendants who were showing people where to park and making sure everyone was like lined up properly to fit the most amount of cars in the parking lot. So that was great. I really did appreciate that because parking for me sometimes is messy. So when you get there, you check in, they do a security bag check, you show your tickets, they scan them, and then you get a program. Yes, the baby was playing with it. So this is the program, and in the program, it tells you the event schedule, as well as, some ads in here. Oh, that was new. Interesting. The gate we entered was the 4-H gate, and it was really beautiful. Like the wood inside was gorgeous. Okay, sorry about that. So also in the program, anyways, the 4-H gate was beautiful, beautiful wood inside. Apparently it's all new. But there is a map, which you can also find the map. I had taken a snapshot from the website, but here's the map. And when we first walked in, I made sure I was taking pictures of where we parked, like what section of the parking lot, as well as what gate we entered. So this is the first time I'd ever been here. I knew where nothing was. I had never, all the fairgrounds are set up different. I mean, I've been to fairs before, but they're all different. And so I just wanted to make sure that we didn't get lost and not know how to find our car when we were ready to go. Which may seem silly, but when there's that many cars, it's quite easy to lose. It also has the list of vendors, which I honestly didn't even look at until I wanted to find Thirsty Cat where they were. There's so many vendors that we did not see. So we got there about 9:45 in the morning, and there was people. It got a lot busier. It wasn't as busy as I thought it would be first thing, but there was definitely a lot of people there. We didn't have to wait in line to get in. So we didn't have to wait in line to get in the fairgrounds, which was nice. And there was really no line even for people who didn't have tickets either. And there wasn't really even a line for the bag security check. So really, we lucked out with what time we got there, and there was not huge lines. So that was a positive thing. We kind of looked around a little bit. There was, buildings right when you walk in that had barns that had vendors. And I said to my husband, let's just keep walking a little bit because we can come back to these at the end. We're going to have to come back this way to leave the fairgrounds anyways. Spoiler alert, we didn't wind up going back to those buildings because there was just so much else to see. So then we walked around a little bit. Actually saw the donuts. I can't eat the donuts. My people really aren't a big fan of apple cider donuts. Well, that they know of, but there's a huge line. We weren't going to wait in that line anyways, but we kind of scoped out a few food options. I saw they had a gluten-free stand, so I was so happy about that. We checked that out later, and then we found the bathroom. So the bathroom, there are multiple throughout the fairgrounds, but this was the one that we used because we would pass by it most often. So there was a line. I was like, oh boy. So I pulled my knitting out, which is fine. You expect it. So I was knitting, and all of a sudden it was our turn. There was an attendant in the bathroom who was keeping an eye out for open stalls and telling people how many were on the other side. and how many people could go in, and then cleaning the bathrooms. It wasn't after every single use, but however they do their system, it was so clean, so like, it was so good, so good. And that's an important thing, right? Because you're at a festival, you know there's going to be lines, but really it was very well organized. On that bathroom sign, I did see a sign that says there was a nursing area for, nursing moms. There was a changing area in that bathroom we went in, and I did not end up going to see the nursing area. I wanted to, but that line was really long over at the other bathroom, and I'm not sure if it was a separate area or if it was like in the bathroom area. I ended up just nursing her. We found quiet areas. One was like, there was like no one there. There were benches here, but there was a big tree. And so I just sat on the other side of the tree and just nursed her and looked at the leaves. Another time we were kind of like up on the very top of the hill, and I just nursed her there. So that's what I felt comfortable with. And so that's what we did. And then I fed her in the car before we went home. So really, did I feed her? No, I had fed her right before we got there. And then she had, Mariela is almost a year old. So she also had snacks and a baby food pouch. So it's not like she needs to eat every, 2 hours anymore. So then we were walking around. I was just overwhelmed. There was so many things to look at. There was people. It was a lot. So we decided to go into one of the buildings. We were like, let's just start here. So we went into, there's like A, B, C buildings. The people. So my husband was with the baby. The baby was in the stroller. We do have a jogging stroller. It's the best for like uneven terrain, so that's what we brought, and plus it has storage on the bottom for the diaper bag, etc. So there was no way that he was getting through these people with the stroller. So he stayed outside with her and just kind of walked around out there while my older daughter and I went into the buildings. We did not see nearly half of the vendors in there. At one point, it was just like, I'm like, okay, nope, we're just gonna like kind of walk through because we just couldn't get to the stuff. We looked around. We did find Bumblebee Acres. Bumblebee Acres is in Building A, and it was just a lot. So that was a little overwhelming. And then we did go get food pretty early. So we had gotten there at like 9:45, and then, granted, I had gotten up at 4 a.m. So I ate breakfast before we left and then had a snack in the car, but I was hungry. So we ended up eating lunch. We got burgers and fries. There was no line. I think it was like 10:45, 11 o'clock. There was no line at all. An hour, I think it was probably an hour later. Time also flies when you're there. Like, time just flew by. But I think it was an hour later, the lines were so long for food. So we really lucked out in the fact that we decided to eat early. And then we went through some of the other barns, and it was just the same thing. Some vendors were not as busy, so we snuck in there. Other vendors were, and we just moved on. I did not have, other than Bumblebee Acres and Shirsty Cat, I did not have any specific vendors that I wanted to see. The only thing I was really looking for was the red mini. And if I hadn't found it, I didn't find it. So yeah, it was kind of overwhelming, but also so many beautiful things to see. Not just yarn, there's bags, there is fiber. There is one place that had some, I think, felted vests. They had felted animals. Like, go check out the vlog for those kind of footage, because I don't want to like repost the same stuff here. But it was just, there were so many things to look at. There was a place selling pottery. There was spindles and yarn bowls, like the drop spindles. It was just wow. So like I said, we didn't see hardly half of the things that were there. Maybe not even a quarter. I don't know. I did not keep track. I honestly didn't even keep track of what buildings we went in. It was a little bit overwhelming. But that was that. We did see some sheep, so that was good. There was our alpacas. We didn't see those. There is just so much to do. So that is why people go and stay and go both days. It was good to go for the day. I'm very grateful that we went, but I now can understand people use Saturdays to meet people and Sunday to shop. Yeah, and I actually bought more than I intended to. I really wasn't intending to shop, but when you see all these yarn vendors and stuff, how can you not look at them? How can you not want to look? So I did not meet as many people as I really wanted to. It was also very busy there on the hill. We did see Natalie of Nitty Natty. I will post pictures here of that. I met Andrea, the cat lady, because I spotted her. And I finally found Chantal of Knititude, who designed this shirt. That was my goal, was to see her so I could take a picture with her while wearing her design. So I thought that was really cool. I saw some other people. Hang on. Hello, everyone. It is Dale, and it is editing Dale, realizing that I never actually finished recording this Rhinebeck recap video. So the last few things I wanted to say, yes, I'm at a weird angle in my messy room. But the baby is napping. This is many days later. So I saw other people, but also I did not take enough time to just sit and knit and just be while we were there, because I wanted to see everything and I knew we were only there for one day. So, I saw other people that I thought I recognized, but out of context of Instagram or YouTube, sometimes it's hard to be wait, do I know who that person is? Have I just am I not following them, because I do follow a lot of people, but do they look like someone else? Have I seen them in someone else's photo or video? It was just a little bizarre. So there is that. Next year, I'm hoping to go back, maybe even just for the day. That would be fine, just for Saturday, but to more just sit and meet people and talk to more people. So there was that. Overall, it was a great day. We ended up eating again. I got my gluten-free chicken tenders. There was a dedicated gluten-free vendor, and they were delicious. Liliana loved them as well. They were so worth it. And then we sat and ate, and then we headed out. We left probably about 4:15, 4:30 maybe by the time we got to the car. I fed Marielle in the car again, changed her and fed her before we went home. We did not stop at all on the way home. I can't remember exactly what time we made it home, but it was a nice drive. There wasn't I thought we were going to get stuck in traffic, and we didn't. So that was a point I wanted to share. I was looking at my notes, sorry, because I did go through most of the stuff in the last, what I recorded previously, but there were that point that I wanted to share. I think too that even if I go next year, maybe even just taking, I could never go there for specific things. I hope I didn't say this already, and I just rewatched it to edit it, but I could never go there for something specific. That would stress me out. And if I were looking for something more yarn for a bigger project, I would probably take pictures while I was there, and then shop online after and order from the vendors online later, because it's a lot in a good way, but it is overwhelming to shop. So I think that's going to conclude this video. The day 19 vlog has more actual footage there, but I wanted to just share what I bought and my thoughts on the whole experience. And still to this day, it is the end of November now, so it is definitely a long time after I originally took the first footage, but it was a great experience, a great day, and I'm so happy that we went. So I hope you enjoyed this crazy, little bit chaotic recap of my Rhinebeck experience of 2024, and I will see you soon.